Good day, people. This is Sharpino here, welcoming you guys to week 6 of the PMC League build. This week we are taking on the York Cosmogs. Now, I must address that I did not have a team prep for week 5. I do apologize about that. I was really behind the 8 ball on everything on my channel. Uploading everything I was doing by the day and uploading it the night before to get it up to you guys. So I do apologize about that. And it probably, hopefully, will not happen again. So, this week we are taking on the York Cosmogs, and looking at their team here, let me just run through the team for you here. You'll see a picture, but I'll just quickly run through it. So we've got Latios, Magiana, Marowak, Alolan Form, Nidoking, Araquanid, Galvantula, Cloyster, Hitmontop, Shiftry, Ordino, and Regirock. So, looking at his team, he has a lot of bulk on his team. I can definitely see things like Magiana and Araquanid being definitely possible choices. Even Hitmontop and Ordino can be possible walls. Regirock could be a Rock Polish setupper, and Cloyster could be a Shell Smasher, you know, just the standard, you know. But anyways, we're going to have a look here at our team here that we brought this week and why. As you guys all know, I talked to the Bird. He's the one that I talked to about all my team preps and everything else, because I am a complete noob when it comes to certain things, and even the Bird will admit to himself that when I make suggestions, he'll just go, buddy, really? And I'm like, I gotta do a retouch check myself to make sure I don't make stupid things. But anyways, let's have a look at our team that we're going to bring in this week against Tyler and the York Cosmogs. Check out his channel, link for it will be in the description down below if you want to see what he wants to bring for us this week and why. So first off the bat, we got ourselves a Tapu Koko. Now this is the first week we're going to run this extremely differently. So this week we're not running as a special attacker, but we're actually running it as a physical attacker. So Choice Banded with Wild Charge, Facade, Brave Bird, and U-Turn. Now let me run through the movesets for you guys, just so you can understand where we're going with this. Now, look at his team, like I said, there's a lot of potential for Assault Vesters. Assault Vest Cloyster, Assault Vest Hitmontop, Assault Vest Araquanid because the special defense is insane. Even Magiana could probably be made to withstand a few hits because Magiana does have a lot of defense and all that. And I mean, even Latios could even be classed as a special wall. So, in this case, having a look at his team here, there is a lot of potential for special defense on his team. So we figured basically because he might be prepping for a special attacking Tapu Koko, we could go ahead and just go in the other direction and go for a fully max attack version of Tapu Koko. So Wild Charge hits, you know, stab under Electrical Surge, absolutely amazing. Facade is there on the off chance he wants to try to go ahead and set up some toxic spikes with the Nidoking, or basically if he has any sort of stat, we can try and do like toxic, you know, burn or something, then the Facade will definitely play a big part in it. So that's just an option that we've decided to run here based on that. And then the speed investment here, we have just enough speed to outspeed a max speed Latios, which is the fastest team in his Pokemon by 1 point. So that is the reason why we have the spread the way we do. Next on the list we have is Houndoom, Life Orb with Flash Fire, Sucker Punch, Flamethrower, Dark Pulse, and Destiny Bond. Now, another reason why we are running this is kind of a mixed attackers, because in this situation, looking at his team here, a lot of the Pokemon here does get outsped by Houndoom. Really, the only Pokemon that outspeeds a Houndoom is the Latios, the Galvantula. That's it. The rest of his team gets outsped by Houndoom. So we can take advantage of that with, of course, things like Flamethrower and Dark Pulse. And we can obviously go Destiny Bond in case we feel like we're going to get killed at some point. But we also have Sucker Punch, so just in the off chance we're anticipating some sort of priority move from things like Cloyster. Who else can, you know, I guess even Hitmontop, I don't think it would do too much. Anyone else get any priority moves? No, yeah, nothing else. So really, yeah, just Destiny Bond, if you feel like we're going to die, and Sucker Punch is just there, you know, to just go, you know, just to get that priority. Next we have Skarmory with Rocky Helmet, Sturdy. This is our physical defensive wall with Brave Bird, Roost, Stealth, Rock, and Whirlwind. So pretty much the standard set of Skarmory. The reason why we have Brave Bird instead of maybe Toxic or something in his team is because his team does have a lot of immunities to Toxic, so things like Magiana, Nidoking, and really that's it. Like, I don't see Toxic being a big component against his team. Araquanid has a lot of bulk, he can just take hits for days. Ordino's the same, although he could probably bring in Heal Bell Ordino just to kind of counteract that. So we just have Brave Bird on the off chance he does bring in a Pokemon and try to use Taunt on us. So it's the other option as well. Plus, Brave Bird does hit on his team. It hits the Arachnid, it hits the Garvantula, it hits the Hitmontop and the Shift Tree. So it does hit quite a few Pokemon safe. So just in case we do get locked into one of those Pokemon, we do have an actual offensive move. Next we have Snorlax, Chopped Berry with Thick Fat. Now Chopped Berry is here. On the off chance he tries to bring some sneaky moves like the Focus Blast on Latios and Argena. And maybe even the Hitmontop as well, but I mean, we wouldn't really stay on Hitmontop. We'd more likely swap to either Skarmory or our Cresselia here. But go back to what we're talking about. So this is going to be a special defensive ball, but this is just all-out defense. So we can take hits for days. We're going to go for that big bolt. We're going to go for Rest and Sleep Talk with Body Slam and Earthquake with Sleep Talk and Rest. So obviously, advantages of this fact is we can kind of get back some advantage off that. Go for Sleep Talk, possibly go for Body Slam, which is the best move. And running up to Calcs, like no attack investment whatsoever. Snorlax's Body Slam is doing absolutely the work against his team here. The only Pokemon I could see being a bit of an issue against is Latios, in case we go for the Sleep Talk Earthquakes. That's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, though, we should be able to take hits pretty well. Next on the team, we have our Choice Scarf Krookodile. Now, much like the Houndoom, outspeeds everything on his team, but this is kind of more so to answer to Latios. This is just a big answer for Latios. So, Choice Scarf with Moxie, we've got things like Knockoff, we've got Earthquake, we've got Pursuit, we've got Superpower. So, Knockoff, scouting for moves, Earthquake, because it's Krookodile, Pursuit to Pursuit Trap that Latios. So basically, any chance he tries to go ahead and get locked in with Krookodile, we're like, nope, you're getting Pursuit Trap and you're probably going to die. More likely, you will die. But also, it could do a lot of work against that little Marowak, even though, he's a fire ghost type. I do believe we have speed. Let me just double check that. We have base 92, and yeah, Marowak's 45. He's slow as shit, so we should be just fine. The only thing I could see that possibly he might want to do, I mean, does anything get access to Trick Room? Actually go ahead and quickly check that. I just actually want to see, just in case, because I mean, his team, like I said, is pretty slow. Like, really, the fastest Pokemon in his team is Latios by a landslide. I just want to see if anyone in his team can get access to it that I'm not looking at. So, okay, Meganon does get access to Trick Room. That's interesting. So, if he wants to try to go for a Trick Room team, that's interesting. But, in saying that, though, we do have Snorlax and Cresselia to kind of be there. In case he does want to go for the Trick Room, we can kind of be there and, yeah, you know what? You want to play the game? Let's play the game. So, yeah, that's basically what we're going to go with it. And the last Pokemon we have is the hero from last week, the absolute destroyer of last... Oh, sorry, my apologies. That was week 4. Week 5, week 6. Okay, so week 6 we didn't have a... week 4 we didn't have a team prep. Team 5, there was a team prep. This is week 6. I do apologize. I'm going to get a bit ahead of myself here. But this week 6, this is the team builder. Last week there was a team builder. And week 4 there was no team builder. So I probably should have addressed that in the other team builder. But anyways, we're going to go ahead here, and like I said, this one here is Leftovers with Levitate, Moonblast, Hidden Ground, Carmine, and Moonlight. So, you guys already know the Hidden Ground is there for the Magana. And the speed that we have on here, 128, is just enough to outspeed a Magana. So, we have enough speed that if we can try to stop Carmines on the Cresselia and then go for a Hidden Ground, that would be absolutely deuces on this, because overall, the attack on this thing is absolutely insane. So, and I actually just remembered we don't actually have a nature. I'm going to go ahead and go for that bold nature. So, that's what it is. I actually kind of forgot to go for a nature. So, and JSpecs was actually telling me that, he goes, by the way, dude, what's your nature on Cresselia? Like, oh, isn't it bold? Yeah, but it doesn't say it. Oh, okay, it's bold. Okay, so that's going to be our team for week 6 against the New York Cosmogs. Hopefully we can do well against this team here. So, fingers crossed that we do well. And until the next time we see you guys, stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Later!